Welcome to the Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. The only show dedicated to helping parents maximize their kids' experiences and for kids to reap the fun. Here are your hosts, the Bodacious family, Adam, Anthony, and Zachary.
Welcome back to the Bodaciously Awesome Family Show.
Welcome to WrestleMania! Sorry, I had to go like that. I had to bring some extra energy here. That's yo, welcome. But I had to go for that extra little welcome.
Welcome to Bodaciously Awesome Family Show.
I like it. Fantastic. That is correct. So, hey, Zachary, how you doing today? You tired?
Wrestling.
Yeah, are you tired today?
No.
Really? Because
really.
you had a late night.
Yep.
Why did you have such a late night?
Because we went to WrestleMania 37 Part 1!
I think you just blew away the eardrums of our editor.
Well, that's not my problem.
No, it's not. So, first we get into that. So, welcome.
Isn't our editor Anthony?
Yes. But he has the night off right now. He's not here on this podcast.
Ooh.
He'll listen to it later, and then his eardrums will get blown out of his ear holes, and it'd be like a Nigerian drum match, but with his ear holes bleeding. Question. Yes, sir.
Do we have a surgery thing? Because if his eardrums blow out of its socket, that's not going to look pretty.
No, but, if it happens, it happens.
That's not our problem.
That's
Let's
right,
go!
yeah. All right. I see if he listens to all this. So, welcome back to the Bodaciously Awesome Family
Show!
I am Adam.
I'm Mr. WrestleMania.
Mr. WrestleMania.
Or Mrs. WrestleMania,
no.
But I'm not Santina Morella.
Yes. And Mom and Anthony have the night off tonight.
Because they didn't go to WrestleMania.
That's right. We were there.
Yeah. We were there in, Raymond James Stadium.
Very good. So, yeah, I
thought it was called the Superdome.
No. So let's set the stage here a little bit, because your birthday is coming up, and...
True. My birthday's tomorrow.
Well, and WrestleMania was falling...
My birthday's tomorrow.
And WrestleMania was falling at a time when we could go. They're bringing fans back.
I didn't know. It was a surprise.
Yeah, that's correct. And it was, there were fans back in the stadium, and you didn't know that we can get tickets, so we did. And so start with how you found out and when you found out that we were going.
It was very, very strange. Let's just say that for the least. So I just got back home from a soccer game. I scored 2 goals. We won 2-1. And I asked Anthony, can you heat up some pizza? Then went to go take a shower. When I came out of the shower, I was ready. And then there was just 4 cameras pointing at my face. And I'm just like, what is this? And then there was a gift on the table. So I opened that. It was a WrestleMania shirt. And then the guessing part, I was like, there's another gift. What is it? And I just kept looking for the bag. And he's like, none there. And I'm just like, so everyone was wearing a wrestling shirt. So I'm like, is Grandma getting a wrestling shirt? And no. Apparently we're going to WrestleMania. And I'm just like, OMG.
You definitely were all OM to the G. You were visibly stunned.
Never say the OM to the G. That's
how the kids are saying it.
No, they're not.
Yeah, that's how the kids say it.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, you were all OM to the G. And... Oh, you take the microphone. Okay, so that's fine. And
they're not OM.
Okay.
That's just incorrect. That is inappropriate to humanity.
Wow. Okay. If you say so, I'll take that.
That's how disgusting. That's how disgusted I am for you saying that.
Okay, I won't say it again. So you were very shocked and amazed that you were, and then it started to sink in because we were trying to get you to figure it out. And I was wearing a WrestleMania shirt. Mom was wearing a wrestling shirt. Anthony was wearing one. We had the set design for the show on the TV, and we're like, well, where would you wear that? And you're like, tonight when we watch TV, we're like, where would you go out to wear it? You're like, to dinner. We're like, what's going on in Tampa today? You're like, wrestling. We're like, where do you live? You're like, you named the small city. We're like, yes, but you got there, and then yes, your experience, your facial reaction was amazing. It was the surprise and all surprises.
What? I did this. What?
And then you went, oh my God, go to WrestleMania!
And ran around the counter.
And you did, and that was awesome.
I'm going WrestleMania.
Yeah, so you had no idea. So we did the podcast last week where we did a WrestleMania preview, and you had no clue then, right?
Yes.
Yes, you had no idea.
That is true.
And So now, looking back, do you think, oh my gosh, it was like a little subliminal message? I was like telling you, like, because I was even keying in on things about night one, because I knew we had night one tickets. And
I didn't know.
I know, but I did. Because I've had these tickets for a while. It's been a big surprise. Did you like it?
Yes.
All right. So let me ask you about your WrestleMania experience. Like, this was your WrestleMania moment, right? That's what they call it. So, what? Tell me. So unfortunately there was a rain delay and it was a little wet and a little cold towards the end of the night. But like, how was it being there? Like, tell me about some of the sights and sounds that you saw.
It was actually really fun, and there. If you guys haven't saw this yet, spoiler alert, in the Sasha Banks Bianca Belair match, Bianca Belair slapped Sasha Banks with her hair, and it was so loud. You could hear it so loud. It was like, pow!
Yeah, that was actually, because the sound of that was one of the coolest things, because I had actually said earlier that it didn't feel like the ring was making a lot of noise, or the steel cage and the steel cage match. Like, and I know we were in a very large open air stadium, so not all the noise would travel. But it felt like they could have mic'd it a little bit better for the audience and make it louder. And I think it was either you or someone else we were with, like, oh, well, we're really far up. And then all of a sudden, Bianca Belair slaps Sasha with her hair. And yeah, it was like the crack of a whip that you could hear everywhere in that stadium. And then you might think, oh, well, maybe it was just a sound effect and it wasn't real. And then you see the welt that was on Sasha's stomach and torso. Like, that was a welt. That was a snap.
Sasha Banks, if you're listening to this, I really like how you dyed your hair neon green and blue. I really like that. And you shouldn't have let Bianca Belair win.
Or apparently slap you with her hair.
Yeah, that did look pretty painful.
All right. So let me ask you, what about the like, what was like the set and the pyro and the fireworks and everything?
Oh, the fireworks were like boom, 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 pow!
There were a lot of fireworks.
A lot. There was like, I'm pretty sure they spent at least $4 million on fireworks.
Probably not that much, but
more.
But with the set, now the set was like a giant pirate ship, and there was at one point where all the cannons were going off on the pirate ship, plus all the fireworks going up, and then these giant fireballs that were flying out of the stage. Remember, like, early on?
Oh, yeah.
We actually felt the heat where we were. Like, there was a blast of heat hitting us.
It was really hot. And I loved it because it was like, I was really cold. That's how I ended up doing sprints.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So before the main event, we had tickets that had access to the club level. And so we went up there to kind of get a little warm. And you wanted to warm up. So you started doing sprints in the club level. Like, randomly. You were doing like 50-yard dashes.
Yes.
And you were doing them pretty fast, too. I mean, it was a pretty amazing sight.
Yes.
And did it get you warm?
Yes.
Anything you want to add to that besides just saying yes?
Yes.
All right, so give me something else. Like, what was like your favorite thing that you saw or did? Like, well, how about this? Before that, merchandise. You're a big fan of merch.
Yes. I got a prologue, which is a book basically which is a book basically about this show. And I also got a shirt which has all the wrestlers that are on the card, and it says WrestleMania, and it says I was there. Yeah,
and actually in the back it says I, as in a pirate who says I, so it says I was there because of the pirate motif they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a very cool shirt. It happened to be, it was when I went to WWE Access when they had it a few years ago in Orlando, we went, and they had this giant store of merchandise. And given there was no access and there was no takeover and a limited crowd at WrestleMania, the stores they had were minor. They were very small. So I thought there was actually a lack of merchandise. I would have liked to have seen more.
True.
But yeah, you got a very nice shirt. I got a cup, so like, when I make smoothies in the mornings, I'll have a WrestleMania cup for my smoothies. And we get the program. I would have liked to see some more merch. Like, I really wanted like a jersey. So I have a WrestleMania 33 jersey. I want to have like another one, like maybe like a football jersey or something. Alas. But hey, W Shop, if you're listening, you can just send me one. And
Shut that down! Yeah. And free tickets to like every single show.
Yeah, it could give us free tickets too, but no.
I love wrestling. Vince, if you're listening to this, you're a modern day genius.
That's right. So, all right.
And have Drew McIntyre won the WWE title.
Sorry, that didn't happen. So, what was your favorite match that we saw?
Cesaro, Seth Rollins.
Why?
Because it was good.
And why were you mad at me during that match? Because you were legitimately mad. I thought that you might want to like punch me, not a working punch, but a real punch.
Yes.
Why?
Because we were waiting in the line for merch sales and the match started, and I'm like, Dad, we gotta go! And he's like, we have 3 more people left for staying!
Yeah, when we got there, we go to the merchandise line, and it was literally an hour long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we waited like 20, 30 minutes and hadn't moved very far. So we said, okay, let's go to our seats, and we'll go back later. And there's some lull in the action, so we went...
Boring!
And we went to the merchandise stand, and it was probably about a 25, 30-minute wait. So we were waiting, and then, yes, the match that you want to see started, and we were 3 people from the front, and you're like, gotta go. I'm like, no, we're 3 people from the front. And then we walk up there, I'm like, okay, I need a program, and I need a cup. I'm like, what do you need? I'm like, give me a shirt. I need a shirt for a youth large. What do you got? And they show us, like, okay, that one. And you're like, I don't think so. I'm like, no, let's get that. I don't know, Father. I don't think if I want a shirt. I'm like, you gotta get a shirt, because Mom will get a souvenir. Mom will be mad at me. And you're like, well, Father, let's see. Do you have any other options? I'm like, no, it's the only option you got. And you're like, yeah, that shirt's pretty awesome. I go, I know. And then you're like, okay, Father, we can get this one. And now you're wearing it right now.
And I also got a program.
You did, and then you decided to program too. You're like, oh, that, because we're getting one from Uncle Carlos, and you're like, yeah, that's a really sweet program. Yeah, and it is. It's really nice.
I've looked through it for about an hour.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, so the program's a very high, slick, very glossy, like almost like everything's a poster.
Yeah, I looked through it for an hour while you were gone, and I've looked through it more with Jacob.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay,
yeah.
So what was
it showed that the theme burning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I can show you.
Okay, I'll see it. So what else about the show? Like, so we had this, obviously had a pirate feel to it. You're in Raymond James. It's the first live show back with fans. There was a lot of fireworks. There was that drone thing they were doing in the sky. There was lasers. There was awesome matches. Like, all in all, I thought it was a pretty amazing night. What did you think?
Yes.
A pretty amazing
great.
night. Anything you would have done differently? We got to surprise you with it. You obviously had no clue. I mean, it was pretty, just all in all, it was amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that was disappointing to you? Anything that you're like, man, they missed the mark?
Having Natalya and Lana win the women's tag team turmoil.
And why was that disappointing to you?
Because the Riot Squad should win.
Well, I will tell you 2 things. I'm going to agree with you there. I think the Riot Squad, given the people that were in that match, should have won. I'm with you there. I'm a big, and yeah, Liv Morgan, fantastic, and
Ruby Riot,
and Ruby Riot also fantastic. But yeah, but you only live once.
Yes.
I like the motto. But given it was WrestleMania, I had a similar disappointment with that match, but not for the same reason. Given it was WrestleMania, I want to see some surprise, right? Like, the Royal Rumble always has surprises, right?
Yes.
Always new people popping in you weren't expecting, right?
Yes.
So, for WrestleMania, yeah, I kind of expected, we have Bayley not having a match. Charlotte didn't have a match, right? You have various people from NXT or other, women who have been moved up that don't have matches, right? Becky Lynch could have come back. You could have thrown out Trish and Lita as a surprise team, right? There was a lot of ways you could have done that to have a really cool surprise in that spot. And they didn't do it. So you have a lackluster team win. No offense to Natalya and to Tamina, but like, there was no team there that was like, oh my god, that's the best team, except for the Riot Squad. And it just felt like it was a missed opportunity.
Yes.
So that was my only thing I really wish that had been a little different.
Yes, true.
And if you could have picked like a different women's team that could have come in to win, who would you have made?
Could I pick any people and mash them together?
Yeah, why
not? Trish and Charlotte.
See, I actually agree. That would have been amazing.
Or Lita and Charlotte.
Yeah, you could kind of, old and new. Yeah, that would have been fantastic. So, so the merchandise I was a little bit disappointed with, and then I would have liked to see a surprise or two of any sort, right? Have John Cena's music hit, have him just walk out to say hi, or The Rock.
No offense, Vince, but I kind of like the Royal Rumble better than WrestleMania.
What?
I like the Royal Rumble better than WrestleMania.
What? Why?
Did you not hear me?
Why?
Because the Royal Rumble, like you're saying, has surprises. I love the Royal Rumble match. It's so creative. And then they also have standard matches that are great.
It's a good point. And it's one of the big 3 or big 4 pay-per-views, and it is the greatest gimmick match of all time.
Yeah, the 4 big thingamajigs are Survivor Series, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Rumble.
That is correct.
Boom, me big brain.
You are big brain. Good job. Give me no look high five. Y'all couldn't see that, but you heard the high five. We didn't even look.
I know.
We didn't even. We were looking at other directions, but we were still able to connect because that's kind of bam intuition we got.
Dad, you're not Johnny Gargano.
I wish I was. All right. So is there anything else you want to say here? So we have WrestleMania Night 2 coming out. We're actually, as we record this, we're gonna get ready to watch Night 2. Yes. And then this episode will drop on Tuesday, kind of after the fact. So we don't know what's going to go on.
The day after my birthday.
So who do you think's going to win tonight?
For what?
Night 2. Like, we just pick a match.
Reigns.
When in doubt, you go Reigns, and that's not a bad plan. I think that he loses, but I don't know to who. Mm-hmm. Do you think any surprises tonight? Like, does Rock or Cena, anyone pop out tonight and say hi? Undertaker? That also would be kind of fantastic.
Sure.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say here, Mr. Zachary, about your experience at WrestleMania?
But there is one more thing we have to say before we sign off, and that is the Macho Man Randy Savage dad shirt.
Yeah.
WrestleMania random thought of wrestling. What is it?
Oh, you little dragon, you gotta see, I am the Macho Man Randy Savage, and I am going to once again break your larynx right over there, and I'm gonna take that bell and I'm gonna drive it into your throat, dragon, and you will see that I am the Macho Man. That was a horrible Macho Man. I don't know what was wrong with my voice there. You think that with a bad voice and all scratchy, it would have been better, but that was awful.
Yes.
That was horrible.
And, Dad, that was really not that good. I'm ashamed in you.
Talk to y'all later. Bye. See ya.